Oh dear. Good morning, good morning. I know it's super early, but I thought I would quickly hop on whilst I'm putting my morning makeup on. I've just washed my hair. The reason being I wanted to hop on this early, I apologise. You can catch it on replay. I don't expect anybody to be on watching live at 7:30 in the morning. But the reason why I wanted to come on is I had quite a few one-to-ones and personal direct message, what's the word? I can't even think at this time of day. I've not had a coffee yet. Consultations over Messenger. Just talking about how I apply my foundation. So I thought this morning I'd quickly just pop on and apply it as if I was getting ready. Because kill two birds with one stone. I want to go into town this morning and I don't have time for lives today. So I'm super quickly going to get going. Very first thing that I like to apply is my primer. The reason why you apply a primer is it actually creates a barrier between you and the elements, so you and your foundation, you and any products you put on your face. So it just kind of seals and primes your skin, so it stops any kind of outside elements getting in there. There's a ridiculous amount of you on. So morning Phoebe, morning Nikki. Thank you for hopping on and saying hi. It means a lot. One of the boys is still in bed, the other one's in the lounge watching something on telly. So you know how my lives go when the kids are involved. It goes either way. So thank you for hopping on. So I'm just going to pop on some of the primer. What the primer also does is if anybody who suffers with fine lines, large pores, this kind of just creates a little bit of a like a seal, so it covers those up, and it does feel a little bit wet. It is in a spray, but it literally takes a few seconds to dry, so it gives you a bit of an opportunity to get your foundation ready. So the foundation, this is what we're on the live for today. It's a wax-based foundation which is 50% pigmented. It means that a little goes a long way. I know Nikki's used it. She's left me a really great review this morning on her wall saying how much she loves it. People who are trying it, it's like nothing they've ever tried before. It's nothing like a cream, nothing like a liquid. You literally use what you use. There's no wastage and it's completely buildable. So I always tell people on my kind of personal one-to-one consultations that less is more, and you can build it up as you go along. Now this has been used in TV, film and theatre for nearly 50 years, so this is a tried and tested formula used by top makeup artists on Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey uses it, to name but a few. It's been used on lots of TV and film programmes. The reason being is why the professionals use this is because it stands the test of time. So you can apply this makeup, you can imagine it, what time is it now, 7:30? That makeup still needs to look exactly the same at midnight, because if they're still shooting the same scene over and over again, they need to still look flawless, and they can't be stopping and swapping and changing just to reapply makeup. The other great thing about this makeup is because it is kind of wax based and natural, it doesn't clog the pores. Could you imagine if you used a foundation which wasn't great on someone like Kim Kardashian and she had a breakout like what I'm suffering with at the minute? Your name would be mud within the industry. So once a makeup artist and a professional finds a product that works, they use it and they sing about it and they rave about it. And that's why you're seeing these products on those clips that I shared yesterday for that Makeup Addict programme. That is why you are seeing these products. Now, the other great thing about this foundation is, one last fact before I whack it on my face, just waiting for the primer to dry, just filling the gap, is that this foundation is also doesn't oxidise. Oxidisation is when you apply your foundation at, say, 7 o'clock. It looks like it's your match, and then you get to probably lunchtime and it's either slid off or it's changed to orange or it's changed colour. So this foundation is proven not to do that. Again, why makeup artists choose to use it. So I could apply this to my arm on a swatch with 3 or 4 different brands, and I can guarantee that the Limelife one will still look the true colour by the time you've finished. So enough rambling on. Oh, just throwing something at you. Thanks Phoebe. You know what, I'm really blessed that since I've started this new skincare routine and I've been using a silk pillow, which ladies I recommend you all use. I'm actually going to get Jonathan one because I'm now no longer in the morning suffering with kind of puffy eyes and lines, and I think that's thanks to my new skincare and my amazing pillow. So I recommend everybody use both. Oh, are you, Lisa? Amazing. Let me know about the colour, darling. If it's still not right, do tell me because I can swap it. So I like to go for a more natural, dewy look. I'm just going to reach and get a baby wipe because I've still got the remnants of my brow wax on my hands and I don't want to mix that in. Now I prefer the more dewy look, so what I like to do is mix it with Due Date, which is a natural essential oil based skin oil, base oil is it? So give it a little shake just in case any of the goodies have separated. Oh, thank you for sharing, Phoebe. Anybody else that would like to share so they can share my early morning mug on Facebook, please do go ahead. The share button is just down there and it just shares it to all your network so I can share the love. I'm super excited. I'm ordering my Reiki mirror. Hopefully you saw my little video yesterday. So my lives and my selfies are going to be completely upped their game. So I've got my blender full. This is how I like to apply my foundation. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because I'm conscious neither child has had breakfast yet. I like to apply the Due Date to the back of my hand. Now some people like to pop the Due Date inside the foundation. I prefer to pop it on the back of my hand just so I don't contaminate it. I get the blender full, I give it a little swirl inside the foundation. I then get a little bit of the Due Date and pounce it in, and then I literally just pounce it into my skin. Now the reason I prefer the blending board over a brush on a normal day is literally because it just goes on easier. And I'm using the mirror of my camera, not even a mirror, my reflection. So goodness knows what I look like. Let's get my mirror now. I'm just going to go in for a second dab, and you literally use next to nothing. I've had this particular shade, this is Shinto one, I've had this now for a month and you can't even see a dip in the well, so that's how amazing it is. And I'm just going to pick up the other bit of Due Date on the back of my hand. And you can see that those blemishes have disappeared, but I haven't used a lot of product. And annoyingly, those spots are actually from my holiday, from using sun cream and sweating. So anybody that does kind of suffer with perspiration on the face, I do highly recommend that you whack a setting product on after your foundation. And if you have got any kind of blemishes that the foundation's not covering because you've gone for a lighter coverage, if I was using a brush or a dry blending bud, I could probably guarantee that these spots would be completely covered. But for this naughty one that's down the side of my nose, I'm literally just going to get a little bit of the concealer, which is completely waterproof, so anybody that's got kind of under eye discoloration or major acne breakouts, this product is perfect for that. It's used as camouflage makeup within the TV and film industry. And I'm just going to blend that in, and I'm, oh, hello, oh my god, I keep throwing things at you. And then I'm literally just going to pounce that in just to blend it in. And that's it. That is literally how I do my face. It takes seconds, and if I wasn't yakking, it would have taken even less time. Last few products that I like to use, just because I'm here and I may as well just crack on and do the rest of my face, but you can see how dewy and natural that looks. It's got rid of the sort of spot there, the spot down the side of my nose. I had a few around my mouth because I'm a little bit run down and not sleeping great. But you can see the coverage and how natural and beautiful it is. Now the finishing touches are, it's basically this trio. I've shared it with you before during a live. The translucent powder, the bronzer and the blusher literally transforms your face. I'll now apply the trans powder straight after my foundation. And what I found is with that, it literally just creates like a beautiful sheen. And people use the translucent powder again in TV and film and as a makeup artist, which I am not, but makeup artists like to use a translucent powder because it's what creates that flawless kind of finish when you're having a photo. So if you are, to the naked eye, it doesn't make any difference to your face because it's completely see-through, but if you are in a position where you're having a photo taken, like so you're at a wedding, or you're going out, or you're going out for the evening and you know you're going to be taking lots of pictures, use a translucent powder because that's what creates that flawless kind of, it's not a flashback. Flashback's where your face looks white. Translucent powder creates that kind of airbrushed flashback. You know when people take pictures of Kim Kardashian and she has that flawless airbrush finished? That's because she's using products to seal in her makeup, and it literally makes it disappear. I don't know why I keep timing out. I do it all the time. I'm sat pretty much as close to my virgin box as possible. So I'm going to go in now. Morning, Joanne. I'm going to go in now with my bronzer. Again, because we are all busy people in the morning, I'm conscious that I'm running out of time. I literally just do it really lightly in a 3. And it's highly pigmented. And anybody that's ordered this from me, the first thing they come back and say is, wow, you don't need to use a lot. And the great thing about Limelife products is that they're not created by Limelife. They're actually created by individual brands underneath the Alcone umbrella. So each of these formulas have been tried and tested for years and years and years. And what Limelife have been able to do is they've been able to handpick and cherry pick the products that people rave about the most. So none of these products are actually Limelife. They're all kind of rebranded versions of products that are already out there in the market being used daily by professionals. It just means that we've never had access to them. So literally just applying a little bit of colour to my face because it just adds a little bit of definition. And the final touch in terms of makeup is the blusher. And I learned a great tip yesterday from one of my fellow Limelifers lives, is that if you apply the blusher along where your highlight line is, it actually acts as a little bit of a contour. Now I can hear Max getting up. He was the one that was still asleep. He's the one that comes down like a bear with a sore head. So be prepared, everybody brace yourself for a completely dramatic entrance. So, and if you apply it along here rather than to the apples, it just creates another kind of dimension to your face and an illusion of higher cheekbones, especially when you pair it with a bronzer. And that is pretty much it when it comes to my morning makeup. You can see how different I look in terms of kind of flawlessness, but I still look like me. I'm yet to put on any mascara, but what I would suggest is in this kind of weather and people that do suffer with makeup sliding off, or if you want the colour to be kind of captured and keep that all day, use something like a setting spray. It's guaranteed to last for 16 hours. There are 2 types. This is the oil strike, which I've been using in this warm weather because I do suffer with facial sweating and kind of my makeup does move around quite a bit because I touch my face a lot. So I've been using the oil strike one, but there is a time setter which is slightly more dewier. So definitely if you're wanting to go for more of a dewier look, stick to the time setter. If you do get a little bit oily rather than dewy, probably go with the oil strike. And again, it works exactly the same as the primer. You just give your face a couple of quick squirts. It does go on feeling quite wet, but as you'll see, it literally just powers your makeup. And like I say, this is now guaranteed to stay now for 16 hours. So when I come to go to bed tonight, I will still have the colour, I'll still have the coverage, the foundation and the concealer will still be all in place, my eyebrows will still be in place. Now what you will have noticed that I have applied the setting spray before my mascara product, and it's really important you do that because if you don't, you will end up with mascara in your eye. And because this mascara has the built-in fibres, it's probably not a great idea to get the product in your eye. So always apply setting products before your mascara, or any mascara. It doesn't necessarily need to be this one. So I'm just going to apply a really light coat. I'm conscious of the time, and my kids have been promised pancakes, even though it's their 3rd day of pancakes.
Where's Ryan?
It's in the lounge, darling. You okay? That was a good sleep, mate.
No, I don't know the outside.
Do you want to just get the pancake stuff out for me?
No. Only the iPad.
It's there, darling. Climb up. So there we go. All done and all ready to face the day. Now, because Max is woken up in such a delightful mood, I do believe it is a day for my favourite. I mean, what a difference does that lipstick make? I challenge you all to buy this lipstick and not love it as much as I do. Literally transforms your face. So now I can go and dry my hair. I've got my burnt copper jumpsuit on today, so I'm not quite sure if it works, but no doubt somebody will tell me on the school run. But there we have it. That's how quick and easy it is to get ready. It's taken me probably 15 minutes, but that's with talking. As you can imagine, when I'm doing it, it's super quick, but what a difference. I now look glowy, flawless, I look healthy, which is the main thing, but I still look like me. You saw how quick it was, and if you watch on replay, please do comment or give me a thumbs up. Say that's it. That's how easy it is, girls. But enjoy the rest of your day. I'm off to the garden centre with the mother today, so probably going to need this 16-hour wear. Oh, here comes the little one. I'm going to say hello.
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 Who's that?
It's just Facebook. So as you can tell, Ryan received 0 colour on holiday. My little factor 50 boy. Are you tired still?
Yeah.
Right, let's get the pancake stuff out. Let's have some brekkie. Take care, everybody.